Geonosis was supposed to be the beginning of the Clone Wars, but in another timeline, it became the day the Jedi lost Mace Windu, not to death, to the dark side. Because Mace Windu always walked dangerously close to it, his lightsaber form, Va-Pod, relied on channeling darkness without letting it consume him. But on Geonosis, surrounded by death, fear, and thousands of battle droids, for one single moment, he let go. The execution arena was complete chaos. Jedi were being overwhelmed from every direction. Blaster fire covered the arena walls. Padawans and Jedi Knights were dying before they even had time to react. And above it all stood Count Dooku, watching, calm, almost amused by the slaughter below him. Mace looked around and realized something horrifying. The Jedi had walked directly into a trap, and they were losing badly. Then he looked back at Dooku, and something inside him snapped, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. The kind of break that changes someone forever. When the droids charged again, Mace didn't fight like a Jedi anymore. He fought like a force of nature. Battle droids were crushed into twisted metal midair. Geonosians were slammed into stone pillars hard enough to crack them apart. Entire squads were thrown across the arena with waves of pure rage. Even the other Jedi stopped to stare, because what Mace was doing felt wrong. But the terrifying part? It worked. The droids actually started retreating from him. Then the clone army arrived, and the battle spread across Geonosis. Gunships filled the sky while explosions shook the desert. The Clone Wars had officially begun. But Mace only cared about one thing now: Count Dooku. He hunted him across the battlefield until finally cornering him inside a massive Geonosian hangar. The duel started instantly. No speeches, no patience, just violence. Purple and red blades crashed together, lighting the darkness around them. Dooku quickly realized something was different about Windu. The anger, the aggression, the hatred behind every attack. "This is not the Jedi way," Dooku warned him. Mace said nothing. He just kept attacking harder and harder until Dooku was forced onto one knee, disarmed, defeated. In another timeline, Mace would have arrested him, but not here. Dooku looked up at him and smiled weakly. "I see it now," he whispered. "You were always meant for this." And without hesitation, Mace drove his lightsaber through Dooku's chest. Anakin arrived only seconds later, too late to stop it. He stared at Dooku's body before slowly looking up at Windu. Master Windu. Mace turned off his lightsaber calmly. He was too dangerous to keep alive. And hearing those words, something changed inside Anakin too. Back on Coruscant, the Republic celebrated Dooku's death. The Senate called Mace Windu a hero. Citizens across the galaxy saw him as the Jedi, willing to do what others couldn't. But inside the Jedi Temple, people were afraid. Mace had changed. He was colder now, more brutal during missions, less patient with the Jedi code. And worst of all, he no longer seemed ashamed of it. As the war continued, his victories became legendary. Entire separatist armies collapsed under his command. Some Jedi quietly started agreeing with his methods. Maybe fear really was necessary. Maybe mercy was weakness. Maybe the Jedi had been holding themselves back all along. And Chancellor Palpatine noticed everything. Originally, Palpatine wanted Anakin Skywalker as his new apprentice. But now, Mace Windu seemed even better. Unlike Anakin, Mace already had discipline, power, and influence over the entire Jedi Order. If he fully fell to the dark side, the Jedi could destroy themselves from within. So, Palpatine stopped trying to corrupt him directly. Instead, he encouraged the darkness already growing inside him. He praised his victories publicly, supported harsher military strategies, fed the Republic endless stories about strength, sacrifice, and control. And slowly, Mace began believing the galaxy didn't need peace. It needed order, real order. Meanwhile, Anakin grew closer to him during the war. And unlike Obi-Wan, Mace never told Anakin to bury his emotions. He taught him to use them, to turn anger into strength, fear into focus. For Anakin, it was everything he secretly wanted to hear. Years later, when Palpatine finally revealed himself as Darth Sidious, events played out very differently. When Mace entered the Chancellor's office, Sidious didn't seem afraid. He smiled, because he already knew Mace was standing on the edge. Sidious told him the Jedi had become weak, that the Republic needed someone strong enough to force peace onto the galaxy permanently. And after years of war, Mace agreed. The Jedi Council debated while worlds burned. The Senate drowned in corruption while soldiers died every day. No more weakness, no more hesitation. When Anakin finally arrived at the Chancellor's office, expecting to stop a Sith Lord, he instead found Mace Windu standing beside him, not fighting Sidious, joining him. And in that moment, Anakin made his choice too. Not because of Padme, not because of fear, because the greatest Jedi in the galaxy had already fallen. The Jedi Temple was attacked that same night, not just by clone troopers, but by Mace Windu himself. The Empire rose far earlier than it was ever supposed to, and this Empire was even more terrifying. Darth Sidious ruled through manipulation, but Darth Windu ruled through absolute force. There were no negotiations, no compromise, no mercy. The Jedi Order disappeared within weeks, and Anakin Skywalker never became Darth Vader. He became something far worse, a warrior trained by both Sidious and Windu, a perfect weapon of the dark side, all because on Geonosis, Mace Windu stopped believing restraint made him strong, and once he fell, the Republic fell with him.